But listen, Delilah, you're on here, and you're on here on a special day because we have a new quick segment that we are bringing out. And Tina, I'm gonna let you take over our new segment, Overreaction or Reality.
All right. So we're going to pose questions, and you're going to tell us whether you think it's an overreaction or you think it's actually something that is true or reality. So the first situation that we have, and I'm going to pose this one to you and Sean, Delilah, is with Kirk Cousins going to the Falcons. They're going to the Super Bowl in 2024.
No.
Yeah.
Kyle's really going to hate this show.
Right.
No. No, they're not. Sorry.
That's overreaction.
That is
major reaction. I think they'll have success because the NFC South is still
I do too.
trouble.
I agree.
Struggling, but
yeah, because Kirk Cousins is heads and shoulders above Riddler. So I mean, they'll be better.
Yeah, it's gonna shake up the NFC South a little bit. Like I think it will create more drama and more like who's gonna take that number one spot in the division. But as far as going on with the Super Bowl, no.
Yeah, and I think that's also why the Saints got Chase Young because they need that edge to counteract Cousins.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so,
Absolutely. All right. Let's move on down the list. I'll ask this to you guys. The Giants are better without Saquon. Is it overreaction or reality?
I mean, when he was injured, they didn't do that great either, you know. So the Giants.
Yeah,
I'm going to say reality because he was injured quite a bit when he was there, and it a lot of times it came about like, well, can we do this or that, but we can't because of Saquon, his salary, et cetera, et cetera. And I also think probably the chemistry with the team and him and ownership had gotten to a point where they really couldn't work that well with each other anymore. So sometimes you need a change. You need a change in what's going on and sending them on. So,
oh yeah, look, big overreaction. Falcons going to Super Bowl 24.
He messing with you, Sean.
Oh no, you know that's true, baby. Let's go. Our heels. What's up, man? Good evening. Don't let the Justin Fields trade distract you. The fact that number 12 James Madison will upset number 5 Wisconsin.
I agree with that.
Go do it. Yes, absolutely.
I'm not really a basketball person, so I'm not going to get involved.
Yes, get your brackets out, people. Get your brackets out.
Yeah. Look, they have a nice uniform.
Yeah. Right? No, I agree with that. No, I agree with you, Tina. I think you're right. I think it might be better in the long run because I do think that relationship was already like just not good anymore. And so I think they both got rid of like a dead weight. Like, I don't mean that he's the weight. I mean, just that part of it is gone.
Yeah. Yep.
And it can move forward.
All right. And that being said, that's going to move into the next question, which is, are the Eagles better with Saquon?
A healthy
Don't you lead, Sean?
Yes, a healthy. I look at this kind of like the CMC trade. You know what I mean? Obviously, we've seen the last couple of years since he got traded, CMC is blown up. He has a great talent all around him, so he's able to dominate. A lot of people argue he should have been MVP this year. You know what I mean? So we've seen how CMC can do. With all the talent in Philly, if he could stay on the field, I mean, I for one hate this because I'm like, come on, man. At least when he was on the Giants, they stunk. They had Daniel Jones. Now these guys got Devonta Adams and Jalen Hurts and, you know, this crazy defense. Saquon on that team, it's going to be a threat. So I think they are better with him if he's on the field. And I hate to use that disclaimer.
Delilah?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's exciting. You're right for the Eagles because they can kind of play around with that backfield. They can move guys around. Like, I think it does definitely give Eagles more of an edge, which, sorry, because I know that's your division. But that does mean that they could play around with that position, especially, like, I agree with you, Sean and Ben. If he stays healthy, then yeah, he could do some damage. We know he can. And so now they'll be.
He can. Oh, sorry. Finish your
Yeah.
thought.
No, I agree. I think the reality is that yes, they can be better for sure with Saquon. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think Saquon will be healthier because let's be honest, the Eagles have a better offensive line than the Giants did.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
If you have a better line, your running back's health is better. Right. So because you can open spots that you wouldn't before, and you're not relying on them to make the holes and break the tackles. You have the holes and the tackles already there. All right.
Although
so
I would say, real quick, I would say my first, the first thing I would do once I sign that contract is call Jason Kelce and say, "Hey, you got one more year in you? Come on, man. Let me one more year, buddy. Just one more year. Come on now."
He wouldn't be the first guy to come back out of retirement.
Right?
So,
Right?
Yeah.
41 days
All
later.
Right. All right. And so, yeah, a lot of these questions have to deal with a certain division a lot, but I think they're kind of the questions that are on everybody's mind. So the last one I'm going to take, and it is, the Cowboys were smart for not being active in the early rounds of free agency. Is that an overreaction, or do you think that's reality? Delilah, I'm going to make him wait.
I think it's an overreaction because I've seen them do this before, and I'm sorry, Janae and everybody out there. I don't think that it was the reality. I think that, again, Jones being the owner made a miscalculation, in my opinion, of not taking advantage of some of these big pieces that were out there that they need for their team when he could. And so I think the smart is an overreaction.
Yes. Smart. Great. Thank you, Delilah. The word smart.
Yeah.
That's because that's not reality. They're not smart at all. First and foremost, Derrick Henry was available. You released Pollard. Zeke, you released. You have no running backs other than 5 or 4 foot nothing Deuce Vaughn. And you don't even call Derrick Henry?
They re-signed that Rico guy today.
Right. Wait, come on now. I mean, so
as I say, that Rico guy.
Right. Dak, I heard he, restructured a little bit and kind of worked, eased the cap. So he'll still be good, but you don't have no running game. And we already know that there's issues in-house with CD. Micah already said he wants to follow Dan Quinn to Washington. Come on, Micah. Come on, baby. Come on to Washington, Micah. I'm all for it. All for it. But no, man, it would be if it was only a couple teams making moves,
right?
Then maybe you're paying attention, you're waiting. Everybody has been making moves. Every team in the league, I mean, for the most part, has been making some kind of move, especially the 3 teams in the NFC East.
Right.
And you didn't do anything?
Yeah, you're right.
You lost your coaches, you lost players, and you didn't make any moves? Nah, bro. That's not smart. That's overreaction. They're garbage.
Yeah.
They're already garbage.
Now, is the Dak contract situation solved, or are they still negotiating that?
I think they said he reworks the deal, but I don't know if it's final.
If that's what's going on, that's why they're not doing anything in free agency, because they don't know. Well, I take that back. No, they had to have their cap in place by last Wednesday.
Right.
They had to be they had to be under the cap by last Wednesday. So I have a feeling the Dak situation is what was the biggest factor in some of these, that the reason why they had to let so many people go. Mm-hmm. And then they're trying to see like who they can bring back.
There's no one left.
Yeah, well, I think they let people go with the hope that maybe they could get some people back that they let go. I don't know. But
And they
like
might wait for the draft.
Michael
too.
Gallup is meeting with Carolina along with Mike Williams. You
Mhm.
know, if I found out
Yeah.
like one of them was going to Carolina or the Jets, I'd be following the other because
Right.
starting out in Carolina with a young quarterback with a couple of experienced wide receivers, that would be a good
Could be nice.
situation. And
Yeah.
I can see Tepper paying for that. So
Yeah. Well, I mean,
The
he's
Cow-
also got to pay for the drink that he threw on the guy,
Yes,
the
yes, he
Jacksonville.
does.
yeah, that's true.
So, he's dishing out money. We know that.
Well, that's
So-
going to come out of his personal money. That's not
Right.
going to come out of team
Drop
money.
in the bucket. That's all that is for him.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Oh.
that's funny. Yeah, I think
Yo.
that's the part we're looking at. Is the idea of the smart part is the part that
Right.
we're like.
Mhm.
I don't know how you could call this smart because, like
Right.
you said, you've lost out on everybody that could possibly make your team better, and they were
and
plays,
if it's
and they
because,
needed one or two players to take them to the
Exactly.
next level.
and
And-
if it's because of Dak, I'm sorry, Janae, because I love you. I want you to think about
Tina.
I want you to
Oh,
think
OJ.
about the fact that a 3-time winning Super Bowl winner said, "You want us to restructure my contract because I want to do what no one's ever done in 3 people."
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
He didn't even hesitate. He said, "Yeah, sure. Let's open some cap space so we can get some guys over here." Dak couldn't do that. Dak couldn't do that. Just like, sure, let's just do it. We can sign some of these guys.
Look,
Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
Dak knows there ain't no protection out there. Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
When he got his injury, it took him to the very last minute for Jerry to sign that check. So
So just
Dak
be like,
knows I got to get what I can get when I can get it.
like just restructure, because now it's like, now who's he gonna who's he playing with anymore?
And the CD. That's it. And then hopefully Michael
Well,
come on off.
here's the only situation with the Patrick Mahomes thing that I understand why he did and what he did, but let's be honest, he's backloading his contract. He's
Oh, yeah.
pushing what he's owed now to later.
Oh yeah,
And
for
that's
sure.
what they did at the Saints. That's what they did
Yeah.
at the Pats. That's what
Mhm.
they've done. So at some point, the Chiefs are going to have to pay the piper.
Oh, they're gonna. Oh,
But-
for sure.
But
Mhm.
now,
For
see,
now.
no, I'll take that back. I'm going to rewind a little bit. Tom Brady didn't backload his contract. He literally took money off the table.
Mhm.
But, and I don't blame anybody, and I'm not saying that Patrick Mahomes did the wrong thing. He did the right thing. He's trying to do it so his team. I think he's trying to do it so they have money to pay Snead, so they have their
Mhm.
quarterback tandems. But
Yeah.
we'll see what
Oh,
ends
yeah.
up happening.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
that
for sure.
Snead is still
Still there.
not
Yeah.
still out there. So,
Yeah.
but this
You're right.
backloading the
Pay attention,
contracts,
yeah.
you got to pay the piper at some point.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't
Eventually.
keep
Yeah.
But
pushing.
at the end of
So-
the day, it's easier to pay the piper when he gives you back-to-back championships. So
Yeah.
he'll find some kind of money because he is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
guy.